you believe what just happened? You will not believe it. It was the unstable weather conditions that cut our live feed. And if you're watching on Facebook, that's why you had all of that.
This is us. I mean, this is us doing it, but before it wasn't.
It was way worse. And it was literally because of the windy weather. But we are back. We're running through all your top stories. We are so excited to get to the weekend. We've already spoken about the unstable weather, but let's jump into our next story.
Yes, right now we will be talking about Houthis to be marked as a terrorist organization following missile and drone attacks in Abu Dhabi. Now, the 46th current president of the United States of America, Joe Biden, announced that he is considering retagging the Houthis as a terrorist organization following the malicious attacks targeting civilians in Abu Dhabi. Now, the current UAE envoy to the US and Minister of State, Yusuf Diipa, elaborated on the attack that took place on Monday, January 17, 2022, by disclosing that there were more damaging strikes planned on the UAE. At an event hosted by the Jewish Institute for National Security in America, Yusuf Diipa disclosed that the Houthis apparently deployed a combination of cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, and drones targeted civilian sites. Now, these statements were claimed by an Iran-backed Houthis.
Several missiles were intercepted. However, the drone explosion managed to take the lives of 3 innocent people living in the UAE and injured several others. So the UAE embassy in the US, they shared a statement. They said the UAE welcomes the POTUS comments that Houthi return to terror list is under consideration. The case is clear: launching ballistic missiles and cruise missiles against civilian targets, sustaining aggression, diverting from Yemeni people. Therefore, that should be marked up as terrorist, because as the UAE itself said, it is a flagrant violation of international laws. And that's why the response from all countries is so huge. That's why the support has been rolling in for the UAE in this scary, scary time.
And not just from international bodies, but people in the country itself, expats, the community, and just the whole lot, everyone showing their support and nothing else. So that's brilliant. But we move on to our next story.
Let's jump into our next story. We're talking Expo. Expo has hit 10 million visitors, which is just an incredible, remarkable milestone for the world event. And it's all thanks, we believe, to the inclusivity, innovation, and global awareness at the one-of-a-kind events that, of course, it has to offer, as well as taking into account the great measures and lengths that they have gone in to assure the safety of visitors. We are living in a pandemic, and the fact that they still managed to get 10 million people through the doors is just remarkable.
Remarkable. Now, Expo 2020 made it a top priority to have all the proper procedures and precautions put in place and to have events run as smoothly as it possibly could.
And of course, we've been running through some of the events recently, and there's been things like every single country has its national day. So most recently, the Republic of Korea had its national day. They had Stray Kids there. But every day is a festival. Now, of course, they've had to recede on some of the kind of street celebrations. But still, when you go down there, it doesn't matter what day you go to Expo, you're still going to be surprised and astounded by the level of entertainment there. It's just so much fun. So if you haven't been, we cannot believe that there are only 11 weeks.
Oh my God. It's like, what?
Typo. What? 11 weeks left to go at Expo, and the time is running out. And like we've said it before and again, we are so lucky to have Expo on our doorsteps. It's a world of culture, a world of food at our fingertips. I'm going to be devastated when it ends.
Honestly.
I really need to get down there again. Because I was
like
going on so much before Christmas, and then my family came and I brought them, but I feel like January just hasn't, so I need to get back there.
I think it's going to peak in March, like there's no tomorrow, like we'll have 1 month left, everyone's going to have like, those FOMO feelings hitting. So
let's jump into our next story.
Okay, that's it for today, and that's it for now for the stories.
And we are going to jump into our interview. We're going to be joined by the founder of Dubai Peeps. This is Patrick Moritz. He's in studio to talk to us about why NFTs are going to be a big part of our lives in the future. Let's have him on the show. Guys, welcome back to Lovin Dubai Show. We're now joined by the founder of Dubai Peeps, Patrick Moritz, who's created an NFT community collection, which was handcrafted, not generated, as an homage to the people of Dubai. And we need to learn more about this, because although we've had people on the show discussing NFTs before, I still need some help. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Not at all. We'll get to Dubai Peeps in a second.
Okay.
But first of all, give us all a recap in a layman's terms about NFTs.
Okay. So basically NFTs represent digital ownership, and this digital ownership takes place when let's say any file, could be a document, could be a JPEG, as everyone likes to say, oh my God, it's just a JPEG, could be a music file, a movie, anything. The moment this file goes onto the blockchain, it is basically, it is set, it is done. It stays there, it is verified. And, this is the moment it becomes valid. Let's put it this way. So, I have a lot of people always asking me this question.
That was quite a kind of a basic intro, and I get what you're saying. And how, so even when you say words like blockchain, I'm like, immediately I get, okay. But, how did your involvement into all of this come along?
Okay. So I've been living in Dubai for the past 14 years now. And originally I'm from Germany, born and raised in Berlin. And since I've been living here for so long and experienced so much and had so many opportunities to do different things, throughout this time, I thought, you know what? I want to create a community that is set around digital arts. I'm an artist myself. I'm a sculptor. Amazing. And also the crypto space, because obviously NFTs, are related to the cryptocurrency space and again, the blockchain. So it is a new era that we're going into that is extremely exciting, that has a lot of opportunities. And, the most important thing, because I know that there's so many questions about NFTs, but think of basically digital ownership. People can take a picture, yes, of your profile picture. People can copy documents. People can, do all of that, and they can create billions and billions of versions, of that same document. But with the NFT, it is not possible because it is on, again, the blockchain. Imagine a chain of blocks, okay, that basically holds the information of transactions. And the moment one block is established, another block follows. So that previous block cannot be changed anymore. It is set, it is done. So when you own an NFT, for example, it is all basically registered. It is marked there. And,
it's unique. It's
unique. Absolutely. Nobody can change that. So that, it's like, and humans like scarcity. It is in our history. We like unique things. And now imagine you hold an NFT that only exists once and it will never exist again. And that's not going to change. And you hold that. It is a store of value. And then obviously, especially with NFTs, there are other use cases, but that depends on the community, other use cases that, holding this NFT offers you. And that's where things are getting really interesting.
Interesting. And you mentioned you're a sculptor, and I also know that you're involved in acting, and you're saying that these are unique and one of a kind. So you're a creative transitioning into the tech world, but do the two kind of share some similarities?
Oh, that's a very good point. I think the beautiful thing about the tech world is that we cannot avoid it. This is where the future is heading, with things like the metaverse and obviously cryptocurrencies. So if we don't adapt, it's just like back in the 90s when the internet, went mainstream. If we don't adapt, then we're missing out. We're missing out on exciting times. So me as a sculptor, this is a very interesting thing. When I do a sculpture out of clay, it takes me, let's say, about a month to apply all the detail and to make it really refined because I like details. When I sculpt a sculpture, let's say on the iPad, it is much faster because there's a different workflow. You don't have to clean up. And so and the details are just as amazing as, in real life. And, having these abilities and then in theory, I could 3D print it and I could still place it in my home. So having these, these options, it is mind blowing and it's exciting. And that's why, yes, there is there's a correlation, there's a connection, but it really depends what you make out of it,
Okay.
you know, and how you use it.
So it's a really exciting space, I guess, for artists to jump into. But Dubai Peeps, which we're here to talk about and which you are the founder of, they're unique in themselves because they represent the Dubai community. Can you tell people a little bit about how Dubai Peeps came about?
So yeah, as I said, I've been living here for so long and I always wanted to have that sense of community. And I thought, all right, art connects people. People love art. People like to look at nice things. And so does the crypto space. The crypto space is obviously it's a very new and volatile space, but so many people are interested and so many people like to know more about it. And I thought, let me connect the best of both worlds and create Dubai Peeps, obviously, because I love Dubai. I've been here for so long in Dubai, and make it about the people of Dubai. Because Dubai is that, you know, place where everybody from all over the world gets together and you know, enjoys each other's company and creates relationships and the networking effect and all of that. So I thought, let me create a project that brings everyone together. But again, very important for me, scarcity, uniqueness, 1,000 only.
And tell us about your kind of learnings into creating these characters. Let's say they're unique and they represent different people in society.
Absolutely.
So how did you go into creating each person? Would you call them a person? A peep?
Well, a peep. So each peep is unique. It's cute, right? So each peep is unique in terms of the name and in terms of the appearance. So they're not generated, they're handcrafted. But now, again, one very important thing I'd like to share with everyone, holding a peep see it as a key. Yes, they're cute. They're very nice, you know, and they have some, you know, as much detail as I could apply to these, you know, little mini peeps. But then the beautiful thing is, and this is where it gets really interesting, by holding a peep, you will, for example, be able to generate a 3D version of your peep.
Okay.
Yeah, which means fully detailed, and just like I make my real life sculptures, you will be able to get that. And this is where the art part then kicks in. Exactly. And then, for example, you can use that later on. You can use it as your profile picture. You can use it later on in the metaverse as your avatar. You know, you can just hang it on your wall. I mean, it's up to you, right?
To me, this feels like an introduction for the likes of me into NFTs. I feel like it's a way to educate the community. Do you feel like that's what you guys are kind of doing?
100%. And so many people still don't understand this space, and we like to bridge the gap. Okay. And another reason,
because now I'm getting it, and I feel like this is what you guys are doing. Yeah,
absolutely. And another way, because for example, everybody understands fashion, obviously, you know, as in people like to dress nice, or, you know, people have their own style. So now what we're doing, and we've partnered up with Noor Aldin. He's a very good friend of mine. He's a media personality, and he loves our project. He's a partner now with us to cover the fashion part, because we've been approached by a huge department store, to possibly showcase our Dubai Peeps merchandise.
Is this one of these? Is this Dubai Peeps merchandise?
This is Dubai Peeps.
We have to have it on the show. I literally, as it came into the studio, I was like, I just saw the arm.
Thank you.
So cool. So tell us about the jacket.
Yes, well, it is a customized jacket. At this point, by the way, the merchandise cannot be purchased, but we have giveaways where people get to have T-shirts and different things. Thank you so much.
Cool.
And see, the fashion part, it bridges the gap, because when people see the merchandise on me or you know, other members and community members, people get interested. They're like, oh my God, what is this?
100%, yeah.
And to transition in such ways is much easier than starting a dry talk about NFTs and the blockchain. You know what I mean? But this people can feel, people can grasp. And then you transition into the rest.
Amazing.
And that makes it, and sorry to cut you, but another very important thing was also, everything is happening digitally besides the merchandise, and we're having our first holders event. And on the 19th of February, for holders only, +1, in the Palazzo Versace. So we've partnered up with the Palazzo Versace in Dubai to make this happen. And it's going to be beautiful. But again, this gives people the opportunity to meet face to face.
And is that kind of a learning space? So I'm going there so I can kind of, I guess, learn more about NFTs.
100%. You know, you get to enjoy food, drinks, you know, entertainment. And again, proper relationships, they don't just happen on the phone or on the computer. Well, in the metaverse, it gets a bit more interesting because you can create your avatar and you can move around, you can do different things. But we're still human beings after all, and we need the face-to-face. We need to have this connection in order to build stronger relationships. I think that's very important. And, you know, these events offer this to our holders.
And we were going to ask about kind of, what would be next? Like, do you have future plans in terms of, I guess, bridging the gap further? You're looking at fashion, you're doing events. Is there more in the pipeline?
And there will be the metaverse. Another one of our partners.
I see
absolutely. So that is coming at a later stage, but we've partnered up with FOMO Labs. They are absolutely incredible. They have already a marketplace where you can sell, you can buy NFTs, you can auction them. And they've got, for example, an exclusive deal with Mr. Bean, and you know, so that's come very cute. And they're creating the FOMOverse. So the FOMOverse is a metaverse where, and it looks insane. It looks it looks very realistic. And this is kind of, you know, this is what I love to see, because for all of us to really go into a metaverse and use it daily to, you know, to work there and, you know, to earn tokens, rewards, NFTs, I believe it needs to have a level of realism, because otherwise it feels too much like a video game, you know, and I don't think that's sustainable, or it will not keep people.
It doesn't encourage the masses.
100%. I mean, Facebook, right? Renamed their entire company to Meta. It's mind-blowing stuff. And for them to do that in such a short, you know, period of time and immediate, shows you where we're heading.
They're taking something that's not theirs and make it their own again.
Absolutely. So our ideas are fashion shows in the metaverse, which we can now with the merchandise and everything. Absolutely. Cool. And also the outreach. Let's not forget that. If you have a fashion show here physically, then you're limited. But if you have it, you know, online in the metaverse with people properly being able also to engage and not just to watch it on a screen, it's mind-blowing. It's interesting.
It's interesting. And just before we finish up, so I think that what you guys are doing obviously is bridging the community gap.
Absolutely.
Bringing NFTs to the people like me who are trying to understand it a little bit more. But what's the first step? Like, you're the founder of Dubai Peeps. You saying they're unique. Are they all sold out? Like, how do I buy one? Like, I'm so interested in this, like, the crypto and the NFTs. So, like, how do I actually get one? Are they very expensive?
Okay. So I'd like to speak general, because I want people to, first of all, do their own due diligence, do your research, look into the project and see how transparent the project is. See if you like the artwork, see if you like the founders, see if you like the roadmap, as in where it is heading. Because right now there's so many NFTs projects that are just popping up, and every project is trying to outbid the other. But a lot of times, you know, the promises that are being made, they're not necessarily delivered.
There's a lot of hype.
There's a lot of hype, and hype is good, but hype is not necessarily good when you're not a good decision maker and you just kind of, you know, go with that hype, or you listen to your friend that is hyping you, and then you end up with a project that loses value immediately once it's, let's say, dumped. So don't fall into this trap.
Good advice.
It's really important. Exactly. Do proper research. Now, once you've done that, there are usually two options. Let's say what projects do. One option is called a blind mint. A mint, think of it as a purchase the moment the artwork goes onto the blockchain. Okay. You know, and then you own it. That's minting, the purchase of it. Let's call it purchase for now. It's easier. So you can purchase it blindly off a web page where you really don't know what you're getting. You know, this is where the hype kicks in a lot of times, and people then just don't want to miss out. And, you know, they buy 5 of them. They don't know exactly how it looks or how the rarities are. And then hopefully they've gotten a nice one once it is being revealed a few days after. That's one option. We avoided that because we wanted people to really choose their peep and to look at the style, the hair color, the name, and right, and find a connection. And that's why we've done it on a platform called OpenSea. And OpenSea is a marketplace. Think of Amazon, where you can buy NFTs, anything you like.
Okay.
And you just go there, you connect your digital crypto wallet. You can download a crypto wallet such as MetaMask or Trust Wallet literally within a few minutes. I mean, It's very easy. And then you connect your wallet. And the moment your wallet is connected to this webpage, that's it. You are in that webpage with your account.
And does the price go up and down based on demand?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So there's something called your floor price, and the floor price is the lowest price, of that people can purchase your NFT for. Now, a project obviously gains value through the community and through the roadmap and the utility it offers. So if it's a good project, people will hold the NFT, they will not sell it, and the price will continue going up. Yeah. And of course, there's always trading happening that's very organic and natural because some people just want to make money. But that's okay. But still, it ends up in the right hands after all. And then somebody again will hold it because he's so connected to the community and the NFT itself. Now, what we've done, as I said, we've done it on OpenSea. We have our last drop of 650 NFTs. We still have not released them purposely in order to make people understand. We're building a strong foundation. We're taking it slow. We want our current holders to really have the benefit of, for example, the events, because you need to own a Peep in order to attend the event. Early access to the 3D Peeps. So all of these things, we really wanted to highlight that early owners, early visionaries that are in our community have early access to these things. And we're not just dumping it and seeing what happens. No. So we have these things, the 3D Peep, the Palazzo Versace holders only event. And then afterwards, we will release the remaining 650.
Is there a date for the final drop?
No.
Okay, guys, you'll have to stay tuned for that one. Amazing. Look, this is Patrick Moritz, the founder of Dubai Peeps. If people are more interested and want to find out more, how can they find you?
Absolutely. We're super transparent. You can find me on my Instagram account. I keep it all open. I answer messages directly. Any questions you have, please feel free to contact me. Also, we have a webpage, the Dubai Peeps webpage. We have a Twitter account. We have everything. Nowadays, you have to have everything. Otherwise,
You have to be open to all of the pings.
Absolutely. But please feel free to contact us if you have any questions. We're there for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you so much.
For explaining it to me in layman terms. I get it now and I'm excited. I think the merch is amazing.
Thank you.
And we are looking forward to the final drop.
Thank you.
Guys, that is it for us on the Lovin Dubai show. We're back with you every single weekday morning, same time, same place. Stay safe, wash your hands and enjoy the weekend. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.